Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are tuning in to the first Productivity Expert Series interview. I am excited you are here. My name is Cardiff D. Hall, and I'm the host for this six-part series. And today, we are going to focus in on health and wellness, and I have the expert in health and wellness. Let me tell you a little bit about Dr. Pat Luse. Dr. Pat Luse is a board-certified chiropractic orthopedic physician who has treated over 12,000 patients from all over the U.S. and around the world. Dr. Pat encourages and educates people about safe and inexpensive nutritional ways and lifestyles and exercise options to help reduce the risk of dying prematurely from dangerous drugs and surgeries, as well as some other common, largely preventable degenerative conditions. Dr. Pat is one of the most highly trained chiropractics in America today. He has earned the rare distinction of holding degrees in both chiropractic physician and chiropractic orthopedics. He is the author of a book entitled The 7 Systems Plan, Proven Steps to Help Lose Weight, Heal Chronic Illness, and Reverse Aging for Good. Dr. Pat Luse, welcome to the Productivity Experts Series.
Thank you very much. It's nice to be here with you.
Thank you. We are kicking off this series on health and wellness. So tell us a little bit more about yourself, Dr. Pat.
Well, I have had a passion for helping people regain their health for over 30 years. And because of that, I just eat up all the research that comes out on simple, safe, proven methods to get to optimal health in a very quick way. And over the years, I've refined my program. And as I believe you know, a year ago this week, I published a book, The 7 Systems Plan, and it has just taken off phenomenally. And the reason I do this is I love helping people have amazing health transformations in a very short period of time. And it's unbelievable how quick that can happen if you just give your body what it needs.
Well, I can attest to what you're talking about because I've read some of these testimonials and I am shocked to see the transformation. And we're going to dive into the book, and I cannot wait for you to really talk and learn more about the 7 Systems Plan, because this is one interview, all that you're watching. I'm going to be taking notes myself because I want to improve my health, and I hope you do as well as you enter 2019. So let's dig right in. The 7 Systems Plan. Tell us, what is this book all about?
Well, the book is about a simple way to have an amazing health transformation, no matter where you're at in life or in health. And the core of my book is that your body is made of 7 main systems. And if those 7 systems are working optimally, you have ideal health, like I do. I'm 63 years old now, and I have no physical limitations. My lab numbers are better than a 20-year-old's.
Wow.
I can still play with teenagers and compete with teenagers, and I have energy that just doesn't stop. And that's what I want for my patients, and I help them obtain that in a very short period of time following the 7 Systems Plan.
Now, that's amazing. First of all, I have a 9-year-old, and I don't sometimes have the energy for my 9-year-old. For you to hang and play basketball with the teenagers, that's impressive. But I want to kind of think about what you just said. All of this is done without any type of GNC products or any type of products to help the system. Is that correct?
Well, there are supplements, there are
Okay.
vitamins and specific things that are helpful. And I think everybody should be on a few key things. But 95% of what my program is about is eating real food
Mm,
and teaching you how to prepare the food in a way that's very tasty and very enjoyable, and
mm,
actually changing your taste for food. In
mm,
America, we have become addicted to junk food,
mm.
and that is a true addiction.
Yeah.
But that can be overcome and changed, and my patients learn to really enjoy real food again.
Mm. And I know with real food, is it the preparation that takes the time that you see, doctor, that alleviates the reason for people not to, eat real food just because of the time aspect?
It doesn't have to.
Okay.
There are there are hundreds and hundreds of tips in my book and in
Mm,
my course that make it very easy for people to follow a healthy lifestyle without dedicating their whole life and time to it.
fantastic. You mentioned a couple supplements, and I want to kind of tap into that. What would be a couple supplements that would help in the the wellness process based on your methodology and what has worked with your patients?
Well, I think there are four supplements that every person alive should be on. The first is a certified multiple vitamin. Now, I mean good manufacturer's practice certification. What that means is that every supplement they make has been tested by someone else, and what's in it is in it. And there's a lot of supplements out there that are not certified, and people are just wasting their money on them. So, multiple vitamins, number one. Number two, vitamin D3 is extremely important. If you read my book, you'll see it just has unbelievable benefits to all seven of your body's systems.
Hmm.
And I do lab testing in my office on patients when they begin my course, and I find almost everybody, 90% of the patients I test are deficient, and most of them severely deficient in vitamin D3.
Wow.
So that would be one of the most important tests I could encourage your listeners to have done, is a vitamin D3 test.
Okay.
The third vitamin is a omega-3 supplement. Omega-3 is the good fat, and it helps, again, each of the seven systems. The last one is a probiotic, the good bacteria.
Hmm.
If you read my book, you'll see your gut controls almost everything.
Hmm.
And one of the things that makes your gut function correctly is having the good bacteria in there. And in America today, we do all kinds of things to destroy that good gut bacteria.
Hmm.
One example, if you happen to go on antibiotics, you wipe out all your good gut bacteria. And
Hmm.
how long would you think it
Wow.
takes for that gut bacteria to come back to normal?
I would say a week, doctor.
That's kind of what most people would think. And even I thought years ago. We now know that it's 2 years.
Wow.
So for 2 years, you're functioning without one of the most helpful things you can have in your body. So it's
Hmm.
important, if you ever go on antibiotics, to put that back in. But it's not just antibiotics, artificial sweeteners. You use one packet of Splenda, you've
Hmm.
just destroyed half your gut bacteria. You
Mm.
drink Diet Pop, you have no good gut bacteria. And
Wow.
gut bacteria is extremely helpful in maintaining a healthy weight.
Mhm.
So if you don't have that helping you, again, it just starts bringing down one system after another after another.
Wow. Well, thanks for sharing that because, there's a lot of data about supplements and everything else. And I think that thank you that you broke it down for us that we can focus on just four because there's a lot out there. And thanks for doing that. So talk about the main reasons that people are overweight. And I want to have you talk about the BMI, the body mass index, because sometimes when I have gotten my test, my BMI says I'm overweight. I'm like, am I really overweight? I feel pretty good. I think I look okay, but I want you to talk about the reasons that people are overweight, and then how do we implicate or think about the BMI index?
Okay, well, let's take the BMI first.
Okay.
Could I have you do something right now?
Sure.
If you put your hand up and put your first two fingers around your wrist,
Okay.
do those two fingers touch?
No, I've got a space.
Okay. See, mine touch.
Oh, wow. Now your
And what?
first two, like these two, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
No, I got a space.
Show the listeners your
Okay.
space there. All right.
Can you see that?
Now,
Listen, can you see that, guys?
what does that mean?
Yeah. What does
It
that
means
mean, doctor?
it means you have a large frame.
Oh, okay.
So a BMI test for you will never be correct. If
Interesting.
you get down to what the BMI says you should be, you would be extremely thin.
Hmm.
So the BMI test does not work for people who have a larger frame. Now it's still a good test, but just keep that in mind.
Good.
There are more accurate tests,
Okay.
bioimpedance tests that actually measure your fat, muscle, bone, fluid levels, and everything, and they give you an accurate picture, taking into consideration your frame.
Hmm.
So why are people overweight?
Yeah.
If we ask almost everyone in America, they would say two reasons.
Hmm.
We eat too much and we eat the wrong food.
Hmm.
And here's what I'd say. You're wrong.
Hmm.
That is not the main reason that most people are overweight. Most people are overweight because one of their 7 systems is not working correctly.
Interesting.
And what I've discovered is that each of those 7 systems can make you gain weight.
Hmm.
That's why people don't lose weight. And if they lose weight, they don't keep it off because they don't address the malfunction in one or all of those 7 systems. That's what makes my plan unique.
Hmm.
And that's what makes my book unique is that we give you a simple way to evaluate each of the 7 systems, identify malfunctions, and then we give you simple proven steps you can plug in to fix those systems and get them working correctly again. So I have people lose weight extremely quickly. I believe in getting the weight off quickly. It works much better that way.
Hmm.
And I have a very good success rate at keeping people keeping weight off.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see the picture over
That one.
here.
Uh-huh.
That's one of my patients who lost 110 pounds. She was morbidly obese, diabetic, high cholesterol,
Hmm.
and she's 60 years old. And here's what she said: Dr. Pat, I'm not going to be here for my grandkids if I don't do something.
Hmm.
So she went on the 7 systems plan. We identified malfunction in several of her systems. We fixed that. And 13 years later, she looks the same as when she completed my plan. She's kept the weight off. She's
Wow.
maintained her energy and vitality. She's 73 now and enjoying life.
Hmm. That's amazing because that in alone in itself, because I see a lot of people lose weight, but they gain it back. And I follow a lot of sports people, and you take a look at their sports career weight. They were elite athletes, right? And then once they get out of the sporting realm, not all of them, but some of them, they just lose it. So, what is it about your plan specifically, Dr. Pat, that keeps the weight off for the long term, not the short term, but the long term?
The long term easiest way to maintain your health is just to make sure each of the 7 systems are working correctly.
Mm.
And the problem before was that this was so complicated and so difficult to do and so expensive that it was just not doable. So I have come up with a simple, proven plan to
Mm.
optimize the function of each of the 7 systems. And then if you just keep doing a few simple things as you go along, it's really not that hard to maintain your health and your weight.
Mm. Wow, fantastic. In the book, I know you talk about the gut a lot, and you say the gut controls the brain. And I would have thought before I read that statement, doctor, no, the brain signals to the gut, I'm hungry, so I should eat. So tell us about that and how the gut controls the brain.
Well, the two things you've mentioned, the gut and brain, are hardwired together. They
Mm.
communicate constantly. And the gut has been called the second brain. They're made of the
Wow.
same embryonic tissue.
Hmm.
They are connected by the vagus nerve, which sends signals from your brain to your gut, telling your gut what to do,
Mhm.
and your gut to your brain, telling your brain what to do. And if we look at the signals traveling in that nerve, we find that 10% of the signals go from your brain to your gut, that is, your gut being controlled by your brain, and 90% of the signals go from your gut to your brain. So your gut significantly controls your brain. And you talked about eating. Your gut significantly controls what you eat, when you eat, and how much you eat.
Hmm.
And now, in the last few years, we have discovered, and this is really, really a big finding, the thing that is sending those control signals from your gut.
Mhm.
And we found it to be your gut bacteria.
Wow.
So, your gut bacteria, if it's the right stuff, is sending signals for you to eat more good food because good food feeds the good gut bacteria.
Mhm.
But if you've got bad bacteria in your gut, as most Americans do, it's sending signals to eat more junk food.
Mm. Interesting. So is it now this is we could explore this because I like this is interesting to me and I hope it is interesting to you too because there's a lot of nuggets here for you to improve your health in 2019 and this is the first part of the productivity expert series and so Dr. Pat, so when you talk about that, let's say that I have some Doritos with my sandwich. um, Now that's bad bacteria. So I want to make sure I understand what is bad bacteria in the gut. Is the processed food like a Dorito or a Lay's potato chip? Is that something that's bad bacteria?
No, that's not bad bacteria, but that feeds the bad bacteria.
Okay,
So the more you feed the bad bacteria, the more they take over in your gut. So one
interesting.
example of a good bacteria would be acidophilus. That's the friendly bacteria that most people have heard of. That does a lot of really healthy things in your body. Well, Doritos does not feed that good bacteria.
Right.
It feeds the stuff that the acidophilus is fighting against in there. So you got a
Interesting.
war going on in your gut. And
Mm,
what feeds the good bacteria? Vegetables. The
mm,
fiber in vegetables just makes that good bacteria thrive.
okay.
So I push people to find a way to eat more vegetables every single day.
Mm, interesting. So when I think vegetables, I think green. Anything, doctor, is it anything green, lettuce, broccoli, anything in that realm is the good feeds the good bacteria?
The greens would be at the top of the list,
Okay.
so among the most important. However, every different colored vegetable has different phytonutrients in them.
Mm,
And all these phytonutrients have different jobs. So I teach my patients how to eat the rainbow. You should be getting all the different
mm.
colors of vegetables in.
Okay. Eat the rainbow. Love it. I got it. I love that coin. Eat the rainbow. Excellent. So, you talk about increasing energy 600%. And I have a lot of energy. So, you're telling me, doctor, if I follow your plan, I'm going to have 600% more energy. Now, how is that possible?
Your energy, that's the fourth chapter in my book, your energy system,
Hmm.
is controlled by something inside every cell called mitochondria.
Hmm.
Just think of mitochondria as little power plants inside the cell that crank out energy. 95% of all the energy you have is from these mitochondria. They are 10,000 times more powerful pound for pound than the sun. So they're
Wow.
very powerful little factories. Unfortunately, they're a little fragile, and
Hmm.
things we do can kill them off and damage them and make them not produce energy. So I outline some simple steps to get you to have twice as many mitochondria
Hmm.
and also make those mitochondria 300% more productive. Combining those two things literally gives many of my patients 600% more energy
Wow.
within 90 days. So it happens pretty
Wow.
fast. I'd say of all the things that I hear from people who go through my course,
Hmm.
the number one thing I hear the most, more than anything else, is I have so much more energy.
Mm. Wow. That is so key in terms of productivity. I mean, as we look to 2019, even if you're watching this after 2019, energy, feeling good, health and wellness is key, the cornerstone, fundamental in achieving your goals and your dreams. So I hope that you're taking good notes. You will figure out, how do I improve my health and wellness in 2019? So I want to turn the table a little bit. I want to talk about journaling, Dr. Pat Luse, because I know that you journal and you believe in journaling. So why is journaling part of your process as a doctor and as as a father and as a human being?
Well, I think I could sum it up by saying journaling helps make you productive.
Mm,
If you're not journaling, it's just much more difficult to accomplish the task that you're supposed to accomplish.
right,
It
right.
it keeps you in the mode where you're doing the work you need to do on a correct schedule.
Mm. And for you, and the book launched last year, tell me how important that was for you to journal basically the process to get to this amount of success. Was that important for you to really kind of sit, study, review, and just make sure everything was, scientifically proven, and everything that's necessary for this program to work the way it has?
Absolutely. I started journaling in college,
Okay.
and I started with a little small notebook journaling, and then I went to the bigger day planner, and I journal in that. And over the years, my journaling has evolved.
Mm,
And I think the way it works for me right now is if I'm reading a research article, and I did this when I was writing my book, and I said, well, that is key. That needs to be in chapter 4 of my book.
mm,
I would write down the key thoughts from that. I'd get the references from that, and then I would file it on my computer where I could find it.
mhm.
Uh, I continue to do that today. I go through just countless, every month, hundreds and hundreds of research articles that I continue to incorporate into my online course.
Mm.
And it's a simple way for me to do that. If I didn't capture things and catalog them in a way that I could find them, I would not be near as productive.
Mm. And then obviously what you do in your journal translates to impacting others on their way into losing weight, improving their health. So I think what you're doing is fantastic, Pat, Dr. Pat. So what advice would you give to someone who, isn't journaling, who just doesn't, that says, I don't even have the time, Dr. Pat. I'm running around. I got my kids. I just need to just get through the day. And you're going to tell me I need to journal. What advice would you have for that person that says, I don't have time. Maybe it's not for me. What would you say to them?
I would say it's going to save you time
Mm,
if you do it. So this week, I read an article and I thought, well, that would make a great YouTube video for me. I've got a YouTube channel.
yeah.
So what did I do? I opened up PowerPoint on my computer. I journaled the key thoughts that I wanted to develop, and then I put that in a file. And then later on, I go back and I develop that and make it into the video for my patients and on my YouTube channel. So
No.
I guess finding the way that works for you.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the same for everyone, and it will change over time, but
Yeah.
find a way to do it that that fits your routine and your schedule and helps make you more productive.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's a lot of different types of journals out there, and obviously your journaling is I'm going to say it's necessary, right? In terms of being able to statistically prove and get information and get insights to help your patients improve their lives. So that is, a number one in terms of what you do on an everyday basis. And thank you for sharing that, Dr. Pat. And just to let you know that if you've tuned in, this is the Productivities Expert Series. This is the first of 6. Dr. Pat Luse has just shared with us some incredible amounts of information. So wherever you are, if you want to hit rewind, definitely this is the time to kind of hit rewind. And we're just about to wrap up. And if you have never journaled, or perhaps you are a journal, I have something that will be available in a couple of weeks called the Introspection to Inspiration Journal. It's really to help someone transform their life and take them and help them reach their goals for 2019. But anyway, Dr. Pat, I want to talk to you about the YouTube channel, because I tuned into your YouTube channel and I was like, wow, there's a lot of good content out there. So tell us right now, someone viewing this, what's on that YouTube channel and where can they find it?
Well, I've got 3 things that are helpful for people. The first is my book, The 7 Systems Plan.
Awesome.
It is the manual that my patients use, and it has done extremely well since it went public a year ago. I've got my online course, the 7 Systems Plan, and that's the number 7. And then a free resource for everybody is the 7 Systems YouTube channel. And every week, every Tuesday, I put a new video up there. And it's something simple. These are not long videos. They're 5-minute videos usually, but every one of them will give you some simple things that you can do to improve your health tremendously.
That's fantastic. Now, where can someone get your book? And let's say that they just want to go right to the online course because they want immediate results. Where can someone get that information about your book and your online course?
My book is available everywhere, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and it is available at my website, drpatluse.com, drpatluse.com. And my course is available on my website as well. It is a very comprehensive course, and I'm having amazing transformation stories come back every month on people who are getting off medications, lowering cholesterol, getting off blood pressure medications, reversing diabetes in weeks. And it's my passion. I just love making these amazing health transformations, and that's what drives me.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And I know I've been, on your websites and seeing some things and pictures before and after, and the transformation, folks, it's remarkable. And you could say, well, no, that's photoshopped, or you may not believe that. I would encourage you to purchase the book. And if you want to take that one step further, dive into the online course. Because those two combined, even if you can't get to see Dr. Pat physically, Dr. Pat's going to be with you because he's going to be telling you specifically what to do. Now, one thing I always like to leave with, Dr. Pat, is something that people can do immediately that they could get some transformation in their life in terms of their health and wellness. We talked about a number of things today. Eat the rainbow. We talked about the 4 kind of supplements that are powerful for your body. What else can someone do immediately to really impact and increase their productivity in terms of their health and wellness?
Let me give you a couple key thoughts. Number 1, get into a routine, a healthy routine. Just start adding a few little things to what you're doing. Number 2, I'd say eat real food. And real food, you know what that is. Anything from a bush, the tree, or the ground, that's real food.
Right.
And the last thing, probably the most important thing, is get educated. The more educated you are, the better health choices you make, and the easier this will be.
Mm.
And I've got a lot of great resources for helping people get educated.
Wow. Man, Dr. Pat, we can continue to talk on, but I want to be consistent of time, about 30 minutes. I hope that you took some notes. I hope you opened up your notebook. If you haven't, go back, rewind, open up your notebook, take some notes. I want you to share this because more people need to be aware of how the 7 systems work in their body and what impact it has on their productivity. And if you're not journaling, I encourage you to just start, even if it's just getting a blank notebook and just writing down how you feel, writing down what you're grateful for. There are a number of journals. I've got one coming out in a couple of weeks, and we'll talk about that later. But in all honesty, your health is the most important asset that you control. You, not the products and the manufacturers. You control what you put into the mouth that feeds your gut, it feeds your brain, and it feeds your energy. And Dr. Pat, I thank you for your time. And one more time, how can people get a hold of you and get more information about the 7 Systems Plan?
They can go to my website, drpatluse.com.
Fantastic. Well, Dr. Pat, this is the first part of a 6-part series. What a great way to start it off. And I want you to come back tomorrow, you listener, you viewer, come back tomorrow, and there will be another packed interview series in the Productivity Expert series. Dr. Pat, thank you for your time. Thank you for what you do and the impact and the transformation that people are having from using your 7 Systems Plan. Thank you.
Thank you.